BBC Radio Northampton, good morning, I'm Kat James. It's 10:43, Merry Christmas, time for the paper review this morning. We've got James McInerney, and the first question I did say to him was, have I said your surname right? Because I really don't want to upset you, and it sounds like it's the one thing that everybody asks. How do we pronounce your surname so we don't upset you? But we said it right, didn't we?
You did, yes.
Good.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, James.
Merry Christmas to you.
So what have you seen in the papers this morning? What's jumped out for you? And you went,
normally I do this is Brexit. So I've been doing this for like almost a long time now, and the past 4 years, Brexit. There are some things about Brexit. Obviously, we're going to be leaving on the 31st of Jan.
Yes.
But there is a big thing where they're going to make Big Ben ring out to mark on the 31st of Jan, to mark when we leave.
Oh, really? So I didn't know this. So when it actually happens, when it finally happens, Big Ben will be applauding it all.
Well,
interesting.
The new Commons Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, has said he will allow Big Ben to ring out to mark the end of Brexit. Well, to start the beginning of Brexit, or whatever how long length that is. So.
The next phase.
Yes. Well, this is a small thing, and it's took 4 years.
I know, it's worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. And apparently, we are, according to the Sunday Express, we're heading to the Roaring Twenties.
The Roaring Twenties? Why are they saying that then? What's the detail?
The trade deal with the US will spark a post-Brexit boom.
Interesting.
Well, we don't know what that trade deal is. Obviously, we've got the big thing about the NHS, haven't we, which has been in kind of like all the things. So we're not kind of sure what that is. So
they're saying a post-Brexit boom on all industries or particular ones?
Well, just says they haven't been like very specific. They've just kind of said that it will, because of the US-UK deal, it will be good things for Britain. I suppose we'll all stand back and kind of wait for that to happen. But I suppose it's something to look forward to. But we don't know what's happening with Brexit, do we? So
no. Which is where like you said, we've been for the last 4 years.
Yes. Yes. And obviously the royals are covered throughout the papers today with that famous picture.
Have you seen the picture?
Yes, it's
wonderful picture.
The Sunday Express even has a recipe.
Oh, well, the actual puddings that they were actually...
Yeah, all the ingredients and how to make it. And it is like you said, I think it is quite basic stuff. So they haven't gone like, royal jelly or something like that. It really is just basic stuff you could find anywhere.
Sometimes I think the simplest recipes are the best. And with Christmas pudding, that is absolutely the way forward. In the recipe then that the royals have used for their photograph this morning, have they put a coin in it?
I don't think they did, no. Like you say, when we were kids, it was always, you dig through to find the £1 coin. If you think about it now, it's really bad because you think of all the jabs on that. But yeah, we did that as kids, and we one of the bowls had money in it, and we all got our dessert, and it was like your spoon went in and you were trying to find out who got the money.
You had a £1 coin, ours was a penny.
Oh, penny.
You were very well to do.
Yes, we were. But obviously they're now kind of planning their whole Christmas shutdown, and they're kind of heading off to Sandringham. But obviously the big thing about that is the Duke of Edinburgh's in hospital.
Yeah, it's in London, isn't he? He got flown to London. Which
states it's a pre-existing condition. It was a planned admission. He kind of went in on his own. He is 98 years old, so he is kind of like getting
He's
on.
Doing fantastically well. Fantastically well.
Obviously, he hasn't been seen in public since May. He's had various things happen throughout the time with bladder infections, blocked arteries, and there was a car crash in January, which obviously that happened, and then a hip operation in April. But he still looks pretty good for 98. He's doing pretty good, isn't he? Oh,
he's doing fantastically well. I think the thing to take from that as well is that the fact that he got flown to London to hospital, but the Queen still went to Sandringham, so she's obviously not concerned. So it does sound like it is all pre-planned, and it's going to be, fingers crossed, very normal bit of surgery, and then he'll be back home enjoying Christmas with the rest of the family.
Yeah, and it looks, and say all the lovely pictures of them, with the pudding and everything else. The papers are all full with that.
It's a wonderful picture. It's so festive. It's so heartwarming to see 4 different generations, obviously all of the future monarchs as well, all together. I love the fact that you can tell that they're not regular cooks, but Prince George is loving every single second of it.
But it's festive, and we kind of need that. With the Brexit and all the things that have happened, we need to kind of end the year on something good, don't we?
Absolutely.
And the best time now is Christmas. So yeah, they're full of Christmas. And then kind of going from that in the kind of sport things, we've got Martin Peters has died, unfortunately, at the age of 76. He scored the second goal in the 1966 World Cup final where England beat West Germany 4-2. Unfortunately, died with a battle with dementia. But
how old was he? 76?
76.
And was that today that happened?
I think it was, I'm not sure it was today or if it was yesterday. Cause
okay.
I tend to look on the Twitter, and Twitter comes up with all the trending stories. You see people's names and you think, oh my God, have they died?
Yes, of course you do. And yeah. Very sad story.
It is. And then also in cricket, New Year's honours the Gongs, England's World Cup cricket heroes, first ever World Cup win over New Zealand in July. Skipper Owen Morgan and teammates Ben Stokes and Josh Butler have been given basically honours in the New Year's.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Oh, it's well deserved. The cricket team this year, it's been phenomenal.
So some really good things to kind of highs to look forward there. We're ending the year on a good note. And if you want to end the year on a good note in the cinema, which some good films, Star Wars.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
I am. A bit disappointed in the previous Star Wars films. There's been a bit of this new trilogy has been a bit of a letdown, and it's kind of been echoed by fans on the internet as well. But this is the last one in the trilogy, and also the last one in the 9 films. Since
so it's the last of the 9, is it? I hadn't realised that.
1977, the first, which when I was born, first ever film came out in 1977.
Yeah.
This was directed by J.J. Abrams. He directed the first one, and he's now doing the final one. And it's got mixed reviews, but yeah, it looks pretty good, and we're going to watch it today. We're going today.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. And
where are you watching it?
Seoul Central, I think, this afternoon.
Yeah.
So we're going to go there and watch that just to basically end the whole thing. It's about 2.5 hours long, but we're Star Wars fans anyway, so it's just to kind of like how they're going to end it, what's going to happen, and I don't want to see any spoilers on the internet, and that's my biggest concern.
How if you're a big Star Wars fan and this is the last movie, are you going to be? What are you thinking? Are you going to be upset at the ending?
Well, with social media, you've kind of like gauged what it's going to be like before you go to cinema, because there's so many reviews before it even comes out.
Well, it's had the premiere, hasn't it? The big premiere's happened.
And you go to Rotten Tomatoes, review all the films, and it's got like a 50-odd%. So you can gauge the internet, how it's kind of gone before you even go. But I kind of ignore that, and we go and watch it kind of as it is. And also another film, Cats.
Hold on a minute, going back to Star Wars, what would you like the ending to be?
I think they've done it fan ending. Where everything is Hollywood and it ends as the fans would do, and I think
so on a happy note. I'm a big fan of a happy ending.
Yeah, it is. I think that's what the kind of film where the film kind of got the bad reviews was the fact that it pandered too much to the fans and not too much to a story.
Yeah.
Because a lot of fans wanted answers in this last film, and I think they've kind of answered them, but it left not much room for story. But I'm going to go and watch it and hope that it's good.
Keep your fingers crossed.
And the other film, which is kind of Cats.
Now, Cats also, because they're the 2 big movies to be watching over the Christmas and New Year period. Star Wars has obviously had some pretty fine reviews, a few dodgy ones, but overall quite good.
Yeah.
Cats has been panned.
It has. I mean,
hasn't it?
With 0 stars on some of them.
I mean, to get 0 stars, crikey. I mean, that's
pretty bad.
You kind of think that's so bad I should go and watch it to see if it really is that bad.
Well, I saw the trailer for it thinking what they're going to do, and I just thought no. When I saw
the
really?
Trailer, that's as far as you're going?
Idris Elba, I just thought, and James Corden with ears, and I don't know. I think they should have done a Cats storyline without cats.
Well, you see, this is why it's really interesting, because it's a big stage show. Andrew Lloyd Webber, big stage show, made a fortune.
It's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. And then you look at the movie that they've put together. The cast, it's a stellar cast.
Taylor Swift as well.
Taylor Swift in a movie. I mean, like you said, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the stuff Idris Elba's done before. Normally, if you look at Idris Elba and go, he's in a movie or a show, it's going to be good. Luther is fantastic.
We've seen, Fast and Furious he was in just recently.
There we go. James Corden, where he's got Gavin and Stacey coming back on Christmas Day. Again, that is going to be amazing to watch.
There's loads of good things on TV,
Isn't Judi Dench in this as well?
That's what I'm saying. The problem is they've thrown a lot of big kind of cast people. It's thinking it would make... that would win.
Do you think they're doing that to cover up the fact it's a bad storyline then?
I think some things just don't work on film. You take some things...
agreed, yeah.
Some things do not go across in the same way that I watched actually a book, The Mountain Between Us, which is Idris Elba.
Yeah.
The book was amazing. Watched the film, they completely changed the ending. And I thought, no. And I just think, why? And that was an amazing book. I read it a couple of days, read the whole thing through.
Yeah.
And it just stayed with me for like a week afterwards. Watched the film, I thought it's going to be amazing. It was poor, and things just don't work, and actually, it's just so Cats has got absolutely really bad reviews.
So you are absolutely not going to
I'll
the
catch
cinema.
it when it comes on the radio.
So Star Wars is a big tick for you. Who are you going with to watch Star Wars?
Me
big
and my
group for
son.
you?
Yeah, it's a boys' film. I think.
Nice.
Yeah, girls. I think girls like it as well. But it's just like we've kind of always gone together, and we've watched them all, and it's just, because it's the last one. I think people are just curious as to how they're going to end all 9 films.
How are they going to tie up all of those lots of little endings?
And it still has Darth Vader, kind of a theme of Darth Vader in it, and he's been going since 1977. I mean, so they've kind of carried that across to the end, and I think they've kind of closed the chapter. No.
You're going to be bereft after watching this one.
I don't know. Well, there's new things coming for Star Wars, and they've announced more trilogies, and they've got the Mandalorian TV series as well, which is currently running.
Yeah.
So Star Wars is never going to go away.
Agreed.
But I think they're trying to close the chapter on this kind of era and start fresh. So. And that kind of is the roundup for today of all the news. It's basically a lot of Christmas and your TV pullouts for what's on over Christmas as well.
Well, very important. We've got to get the TV viewing all sources.
And the tin of sweets there, which everyone leaves. I leave the toffee pennies or the eclairs. They get left.
Yeah, agreed. I'm not a fan of a toffee eclair.
Yeah.
Well, James, thank you very much indeed for the paper review this morning. Enjoy the movie this afternoon. I think I'll agree on skipping Cats as well, and have a really wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.